Hey YouTube, this is Southern Purple One. I'm going to talk about a subject. Everyone talks about being a gray man, and I really want to stress this importance to you. Doesn't matter the situation. More inclined if the United States government is being very abusive, or they're abusing their rights, abusing their power, denying you constitutional rights, or are just being thuggish, being tyrants. You have to be very careful in how you project yourself out there, what you wear, and what you show them. Overseas, there's a lot of indicators that you look for when you're dealing in more of an insurgency, more like Afghanistan and Iraq, that type of warfare, compared to peer-to-peer, us against Russia, us against China. That's different, but I'm talking an insurgency type. Things that showed us as U.S. military, if we saw things out there. Definitely if we saw someone with night vision, that would be a no-brainer, unless they were part of the Iraqi security forces or the Afghanistan security forces. That would indicate to us something's up. You can also look for people watching U.S. military installations, or bases or FOBs. If someone was there watching, especially if they were there with a cell phone, especially if they were taking pictures, these are key indicators that, hey, we would definitely grab that guy or gal and figure out what was going on. Definitely when we went into Iraq, they were shedding their military uniforms. They could not compete on us peer-to-peer, so they definitely went to the insurgency side. There were some things that we still looked for. If they were in military uniform, bango, we'd snatch them. A lot of guys changing to civilian clothes. A few things that they couldn't replace as quick as they thought, or maybe they kept them not thinking, definitely were boots and belts. So you might see a person in civilian clothes, and if that guy had that military style belt on, we would snag him during that period of time. When we were ordered to, figure out if he was military Iraqi. So that single thing as a belt, or if you didn't have shoes and you still wore your boots with civilian clothes, that got you in trouble. Do I know how many people we actually grabbed that were good or were bad? I have no idea. When you don't speak that language, you have to go through an interpreter. It's a lot harder. Plus, it wasn't our jobs to determine who they were. We just grabbed them, and if we thought we needed to, we pushed them to hire, and that was not our problem after that. But you need to be careful. If you are projecting yourself out there, and there's any type of government that is oppressive to rights, you don't want to walk out there and be seen with your helmet on. Your helmet, especially if you have night vision with a rhino mount or the plate on it, that's a dead giveaway, especially a rhino mount sticking out of there. You don't want that on. As a prepper, you might not want to show that even in your community. If you're going to be around people that you sort of know but you don't know, or you trust or you don't trust, or they're just acquaintances in the neighborhood, don't project that you have night vision. Don't project it. If you don't need to wear your helmet, don't wear it. That's common sense. You might want to interact with people out there in a grid-down environment. You might not want to wear your full battle rattle. You might not want to have your AR-15 and your awesome sight and all that. Maybe you want to go gray man and have a small backpack, one of the child's size ones where you can throw a couple things in there. It doesn't look military. You're going to be dressing like 90% of the civilians out there, and you might not want to take your AR-15. Now, if you're going to go into a place where you're going to know you're going to have a problem, then take your AR-15. I don't want you to be undergunned just because you want to be gray man. But if you can get away with maybe carrying a 12-gauge shotgun, carrying a 30-06, carrying something that is not so tactical looking, it might be better for you. Showing strength is great, projecting strength, because maybe people will leave you or your group or your neighborhood alone. But also, when you project that strength with awesome gear, you're giving them information. They will notice that. And that could be good or that could be bad. Especially if you give away that you have night vision capable. Because if they know you have night vision and your whole community has a lot of them, they might not come sneaking around at night, which could be good. Which could be good. Or they could try to counter that you have night vision. Or they could realize, hey, we need to get more guys and gals together to go raid their little subdivision because they're so prepared. Maybe they're prepared on the food and the medical and the water and all the supplies issues. So it could make you a target. Now granted, if you have those things, night vision and thermal and good weapons, you're going to be able to defend yourself better. But don't give any information away. Don't project your strength where they're going to use that against you. Don't project your capabilities so they can use it against you. Keep whoever's out there thinking. That's why in an insurgency war, it's so hard to find the bad guy. I mean, you're looking at things. If you see someone definitely digging along a road in Afghanistan or Iraq, that is a no-brainer. You snatch that guy up as quickly as possible. Anybody with a shovel on a road could get you instantaneously shot at night. No questions asked. If you have a shovel and you're digging on the side of a road or in the road, most of the time rules of engagement would allow you to be engaged upon. Especially if you couldn't get hands-on and you can get an Apache in the air or something like that, the chances of that person being killed are high. So, in a grid-down environment, don't put yourself in a position where you're going to be seen by even the local authorities. Definitely the federal authorities will deal with you harshly. So if you got a radio in a grid down situation and you're out of your subdivision, if you can hide your radio. Don't give them that information that you're on the radio, because then they're going to be looking for whatever frequency you're using, and that will be found quickly. So deprive them of that information. I hope this helps a lot. I hope I didn't confuse you. Be really gray, and I think you'll be safer. But have that stuff ready to go, because there's nothing beating night vision. And I owe you a video on night vision. I think me and Nate are going to talk about the different kinds out there, because it's such a game changer. It's such a combat multiplier. Hopefully this helps. Thanks for watching.